Hi, I'm reviewing the Wave Ignitus II, the Mizuno Wave Ignitus II, in a size 10.5, and this is a really good shoe. I would recommend it to a lot of people. To start off with, it's got a kangaroo leather upper from here, like all the way to back here, and like kangaroo leather has a reputation for being really soft and it molds a lot, but there are these rubber fins, and they kind of prevent it from stretching too much. So you're gonna get the same comfort, but you're not really gonna get the same stretching. So you should order like the same size that you actually are. And okay, and the heel is really soft. There's like it's kind of like a suede heel liner, but it's not. It's like plasticky, but it grips your ankle really well. There's no problems with blisters or anything. Yeah, and the insole's really good. It's pretty soft, but I don't know, it starts to like rip a bit, but nobody really sees it, so it's not like a big issue. If you want me to take it out, it's got like extra padding here, and yeah, and then the bottom just looks like that. Get the other one. Okay, so one of the cool features about this is that it's got an off-center lacing. It's like this design, since laces are notorious for getting in the way of touch, your shot, those kind of things. So Mizuno have put it to the side, so you have like a larger striking surface. And yeah, I found this to help a lot. Like, I didn't really notice it, but you could kind of tell it was there. Another thing is these fins. They're rubber. They add a lot more friction, and I don't know if you can see, there's like little textures on them. And yeah, so all in all, these, I would say they help, but like not as much. They look like it's like a really radical design, but it doesn't help as much, but it'll give you extra amount of curve. Yeah, so like if you're buying these for shooting, I would definitely recommend these. For curves, like, it'll help you, but just keep in mind that like a shoe's not going to change your game. Like, you have to have the technique down. And this is another really big selling point for the Wave Ignitus, is I think it's called the Mukaiten panel, and it's placed here, and it's like a rubber panel, and it's pretty abrasive and sticky, and it's meant to like grip the ball. So for knuckling's like a free kick technique where you hit it and the ball doesn't spin, and it like wobbles in the air a bit, and it's really hard for goalies to stop. So this really helps with it. I found it really helped with my free kicks, but again, you have to actually have the technique down. Like, it won't teach you the technique. Like, you have to actually be good at free kicks, at doing knuckleball free kicks. So just keep that in mind. Like, it won't like make you suddenly be able to do knuckleballs. Okay, the heel. This is one thing that I kind of didn't like, was that the heel was rather big and bulky. Like, if you see in the back, it kind of covers a lot of it. This is good for protection, I'd say. So if you're like a center back and you want protection from being stepped on, then this is definitely gonna help, because it's really hard plastic. Like, you can see it's like sewn into the inside. And yeah, but one thing, when you shoot with your planting foot, if you bend your foot at all, this tends to kind of dig in a bit. This caused some slight discomfort, but it wasn't anything major, so I wouldn't like say this would stop this should stop you from buying it. Just keep that in mind. Alright, moving on to the sole plate. I like the sole plate. Like, it wasn't my favorite, but it was a good sole plate. So you've got a pretty, like, in the back it's pretty normal, 4 studs, and then as you move to the front it gets kind of weird. It's like they call it a wave pattern, and it's kind of like a crazy thing they did, but it works for me, and it's like, they just, like, to me it seems pretty random, but I guess they had some science behind it, and they just put them down, and basically the idea is to stop your planting foot from slipping, so all your shots are pretty stable. And I mean, yeah, for me it worked, but this might vary from person to person, I don't know. Another thing that I thought was really cool, I don't know if you can see that, there's like some glass fiber in there. This makes it pretty stiff, but once you break them in, it really loosens up. But it stays stiff in the back with like a reinforced section here. So you've got some stability in the back and midfoot, but in the front it's bendy. So yeah, that's good. And durability wise, for me it was really good. Like they've even like bolted down here. It's like sewn in here, but in the front it's like the paint starting to come off. But I think this is common with leather. Like most other leather shoes I've had have done this as well, so I mean, unless you're really concerned about looks, it's not really a big issue. One thing that happened was this is starting to separate, but I think that's because I was playing on turf, and as you probably know, turf can like really destroy your cleats and rip the sole plate. So if you don't play on turf, then this probably won't happen to your shoes, but if you do, then keep in mind this is probably going to happen, and this isn't like a design defect or anything. So yeah, all in all, I'd say Mizuno is like a really good shoe. I definitely recommend it. Like, it gives you really good touch. Like, one thing I would say, it's kind of an awkward feel. Like, it's like your touches are like there, but it doesn't really feel as smooth as some of the other shoes I've had, like my CTR 360. Like, I don't know, it's not as smooth, but for like passing and stuff. But as for shooting, it's probably the best I've had. And then free kicks and knuckles are really, really good. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.